Yo, what is up everyone? It is I, Bodegowski5, and welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Live vid. And today we are going to use a new version of Tera. And you're about to see why I'm called the deluxe version here in a sec. Now then, let's get into the deck composition. Alright, for Pokemon, we are running one Ichipollen Budu from the recent set Ascended Heroes. Since it is still in use, I thought why not use it in this deck for possible neutralization of items. But this is mainly an item lock deck for the most part, and you'll see why. We're also running a 3-3 line of Jolting Charged Joltik and Galvantula Stellar EX, utilizing Charged Web for main damage and Fulgurite as an ending attack in case we go down and we want to lock them out of items. Cornerstone Ogerpon is there just to use Cornerstone Stance to block stuff like attacks from Pheasantipity and similar Pokemon that may be in play. Fan Rotom is... we're running a 2-line of Fan Rotom with Fan Call. In case we prize one, we have another one in the deck that we can get with Nest in order to get one of them or 2 Hoot Hoots, or one, and also get some of our Noctels as well in play. Then we're running also a 2-line of Terapagos EX to utilize Crown Opal and utilize Beatdown, mainly just to be annoying and a secondary attacker. For items, tools, supporters, and stadiums, we are running Energy Recycler for the energy recovery, 2 Area 0 Underdepths. Since we are running a low Tera Pokemon, I thought why not run this in order to give us more damage with Unified Beatdown. Then we're also running a 2-line of Battle Cage, in case someone's running something like Dragapult, which this deck does not fare well against. This will help out a boatload against Dragapult, if need be. Then we have Boss's Orders, which we're running a 3-line of, and this is the new one, so it is usable in this format. So I'm not really scared of anything my opponent can throw, because if I see them like at 2 prizes left and they have like a really weak EX on the bench, I'll just boss it up and take it for game. We are running Canaries here to try and get our electric types in play, using stuff by discarding an energy. We can search our deck for 4 electric type Pokemon, reveal them, and put them in hand. Then shuffle our deck. So getting a Canary, and then they try and Iono us, we can get another Canary to get back our Galvantula and evolve next turn. So that's the main plan with the Canaries. Colress's Tenacity to search for stadiums and energy, and which we'll get to the energy here shortly and how we're going to use it. But yeah, stadium support is one of the main things in this deck that's useful, so Colress's Tenacity is a big play in this deck. Crispin's going to be our main energy support instead of Earthen Vessel, because Earthen Vessel is going out in post-rotation this year. Here in March, or April, something like that. Anyways, what this card allows you to do, if you don't know, search your deck for 2 basic energy cards of different types, reveal them, and put one in your hand and attach one to one of your Pokemon of choice. Then shuffle your deck. And doing this does not use up your energy equipped for turn, which is really useful. Then for some nasty disruption, we are running 0-6 Machinations in order to make our opponent discard their hand till they have 3 left. So like if they play something like Iono to be annoying in order to give us a bad hand and we draw 0-6, we can get them down to the same amount as us in order to highly disrupt them and make them even more hate this deck than it already is hated for its nasty surprises. Deluxe Bomb is the main tool of this deck and the only ace spec in this deck. So basically, whenever we take damage from an attack, the opponent will take 120 in return, thus knocking them out. Hopefully, anyhow. This is meant for, like, early stages, like, Dreepy, bundles, stuff like that. Power Glass is another tool that we chose to add. And at the end of your turn, after your attack, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot, I can equip a basic energy from discard to it, which this will be useful if we're running something like Terapagos EX. Or if we're running another Galvantula that really needs energy support for that fighting energy that we lost from another Galvantula. Press your board to give our Galvantulas and Hoot Hoot, Noctiles, and all that free retreat. Basically giving us free reign on the board. Alright, now we're on to the energies. Now, Prism Energy is what I'm using for the water energy on the Terapagoses, because they're basic Pokemon and can utilize this energy really well. We are also running a 3-line of fighting energy for using 3 Fulgurites if need be from each of our Galvantula. We are also running a 6-line of grass and a 6-line of electric. Now then, I'm going to show you a quick test battle on how this deck will work against a test subject in the AI department, if you get what I'm getting at. So let's go ahead and test this puppy out for you all to see. Then we'll go into a couple of actual battles against actual players. So we're going to go ahead and call heads, and we do nail a heads, so we get to choose who goes first. I'm wanting to go first, not for the attack, not wanting to attack first turn, I'm just wanting that early turn setup, and see what we get. We do get a basic Pokemon, and it is the Budew, unfortunately. And we don't have anything we can play, and they have a fire type in the active. Oh, it wasn't a fire type, thank the Lord, it's just a Pheasantipity. But we know what they're running. They're running Dark Charizard here. Fortunately, we cannot attack, and they won't be able to attack in one turn either. So we're going to go ahead, play Area 0, Under Depths, to be annoying here. Then we're just going to straight up pass. Now my opponent draws a card, equips Fire Energy, and plays Artisan to get basic Pokemon circulation going. Which is pretty annoying for me. Then they go, Rhythm Vessel will get rid of an Ethan Steel. But now we know exactly what they're running. Now they see the Ethan Cyndaquil here. So they're running a Ethan's Ho-Oh, Shaman, Typhlosion deck. So they're trying to be extra obnoxious with this deck. They bring back the 2 Fire Energy they discarded with Ultra Ball. And they pass. Fortunately, I do get a boss's orders here. But first up, we're going to utilize their Artisan that they put in play. And we'll use it to grab a Hoot Hoot. Next up, I'm going to straight up boss them into their Shaman to be a little obnoxious here. Next, we go Itchy Pollen to keep them from attaching or using items next turn. So their hand is now clouded by the pollen, unable to play items. We do equip Fire Energy to their Shaman, go for an Artisan to get a Ethan Slugma, and then pass. Fortunately, I don't have a Tera Pokemon in play, so I'm not going to evolve just yet. So, what we're going to do here is Artisan again. You're going to grab a Joltik, put it onto the bench. Ooh, I just got an idea in order to get some good damage onto their Shaman. Now we are going to go Colress's Tenacity here. Go for a Battle Cage. And we are going to go for a Grass Energy. Because more passion, more energy, as people say. Let me now equip a... Now we are going to go for another Itchy Pollen. They will have just enough damage to knock out my Budew, though. But I'm fine with that. Draw for turn, they get Ethan's Magcargo. They equip the second energy, they play another Artisan. So they are running multiple Artisans in this deck. They've got Artisan to get a Pokemon in the Cyndaquil, and they do knock out my Budew, which I'm highly fine with. So then we're going to bring in Joltik. But today, no, I just drew that. I'm going to go Artisan here now. Go ahead and bring out a Fan Rotom, since there is a stadium in play. Retreat for free, since it's a 1 attack cost. We will go ahead and put a Electric Energy onto Fan Rotom. Then I'm going to go ahead and crisp in here. Go ahead, grab a grass and a fighting energy. We're going to put the grass energy in our hand. Put the fighting energy on Joltik. Now I go straight in for the assault landing for knockout on their Shaman. Now we get to take a prize. I'm feeling lucky, so I'm going to go number 1 here. And we get a Hoot Hoot. So there's now 2 ways we can get a Noctowl in. Let's see what they go for. They go for an Artisan to get another basic Pokemon. By the looks of things, they just fail it. They do get Nest Ball for the Ho-Oh. Then they switch into a Cyndaquil. And they go flip the script to draw 3. And they do get a Quilava, unfortunately. They go Spirit Energy Recycler. They do get the energy from that. But now they are going to go for the Bonded by the Journey ability to get an Ethan's Adventure. In order to get 3 Ethan's Pokemon, they get Ho-Ohs and Magcargo. Which is not good. And they are going to go for the Combustion for 40. Which I am fine with. I need a Tera Pokemon here. But we don't get no Tera Pokemon. Where are my Tera Pokemon? What are they doing right now? I might have to get in another Rotom here. And get it set up. I'm going to go Grass Energy on Rotom. Then I'm going to Color Resist Tenacity here. Yeah, we'll go for another Battle Cage, and then we'll go for a Grass Energy. We'll bump out their Artisan here. And we'll go straight for Assault Landing for 70. Okay, research to discard a Ho-Oh and Magcargo. Get a new hand of 7. They do get the Typhlosion, unfortunately. And then go Super Rod to get back all those cards and shuffle them into the deck. Which I do not like. They go Golden Flame to equip Fire Energy, and then they go for their highest damage in the Steam Artillery attack. If I don't get a Tera Pokemon here like Galvantula, I'm gonna flip. Because this is not good. I mean, like, for real, this is not good. Call me crazy, I'm bossing up their Magcargo. Because that's going to take a while for them to charge up. And I'm in desperate need of a knockout here. Quick Torbench Joltik. And we just gotta go straight for the Assault Landing for 70. Like, that's our best damage, and that's pretty much all we can do. Go for another research. Ah, they have a switch. They bring in a Ho-Oh. That is not good for us. Get a Mew EX, which is odd, because they have a full bench. Yes, we get a Tera Pokemon. We can finally evolve and get some trainers going. Holy cow. That was quite the annoyance. Yes, we'll use Jewel Seeker. We'll go Canary. Then we're gonna go Deluxe Bomb. We play Deluxe Bomb. Then we'll go Canary. And discard a Grass Energy. And we are doing this. Get Joltik and a couple Galvantulas. And we'll continue. Go ahead and get a Joltik on bench. And we'll evolve our benched Joltik that had Energy and Rescue Board into Galvantula. We'll play that for turn onto it. So we have a backup attacker all readied up. Then we are going to go for another Noctowl evolution. Get some more stuff. We'll do this, just go ahead and grab a stadium in Area 0 Underdepths. Then I'll get a backup boss in my hand. Now then we go for highest damage and an assault landing for 70. So that gets rid of a good chunk on the Ho-Oh. Plenty so to where I can easily get a knockout on it next turn. You just choose the Earthen Vessel and get Fire Energy by discarding a Ultra Ball. They get a second Fire Energy in order to No. Go Golden Flame to charge up their benched Ho-Oh. And then pass. Okay. I know what I must do here. Alright, next up, we have all Galvantula. We have all our other Joltik into Galvantula. We then go Crispin. Get Electric and Fighting going. We're gonna put Fighting in our hand. Put Electric to Galvantula. Then you put Fighting for turn onto Galvantula. Then we go for Assault Landing. Again. I can tell my opponent's not having fun with this damage placement I'm doing. With just one Rotom. Like, this fan Rotom is putting in work, people. Holy. But I know what I must do. Boss of a Fez. Retreat for an energy. Get rid of the grass. And bring in our Jolt. And then we bring in our fully charged Galvantula. And then we go for knockout with a charged web. This does more than enough to knock out the Pheasant Defeat by 10. Getting us 2 prize cards here. Putting us in the lead on prize count. We got other Terapagos and a Xerosic. And a Xerosic's Machinations. The AI right now is fuming. They place down a secondary Ho-Oh and go Superior Energy Retrieval, getting rid of Mew and Ethan's Venture, only getting back 1 Mirror Energy. Oof. They only have 10 cards left. They might deck out before I can even get clean kills on them. Since they have no cards in their hand, we can't play Xerosic here. It's kind of just there. And now we are going to go for the Crispin. Go for a Grass and an Electric. We are going to put the Electric in our hand. Equip the Grass to the Galvantula. Then we'll put Electric here on the bench, on one of our bench Terapagoses. Then we will go straight for another Charged Web for knockout. And that deals. And that's all that was said for that Ethan's Ho-Oh that was in the active. Thus getting us insanely fast in the lead with prize count. Like, even if they knock out my Galvantula that I have in play. Alright, so they choose to boss us into our Noctowl. But unfortunately for them, I'm gonna do something cringe. Like, they're about to hate me for it. Since I have 1 prize left, I can just retreat into any Mon and just knock it out with 70 damage. So I'm gonna go into Fan Rotom, go for the Assault Landing for KO. I'm gonna give him a thumbs up for GG. And there is the GG, and there was our last Joltik. It was there in the prizes. There's the test. Now to give you all a rundown in the actual standard format. So if you stuck around this far, please subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and it's always free and you can always change your mind. So now let's get into this TCG Live battle. Let's see which player we're going to be up against here. So far no one's... Oh wait, we may got someone. We do. Row111. Let's see what you're doing. Let's see what you're trying to pull here. We're gonna call heads here. In which it is a heads. And yes, we want to go first with this deck pretty much every time. And we start off with a Fan Rotom. We actually get easy setup at the start, which is really good. The opponent does have basic Pokemon, So let's see what basic Pokemon they're gonna play, because I have no idea what I'm about to play. Now, what they see as the Fan Rotom is actually a face-down card. So, they play 2 basic Pokemon, and it is a Water-type deck. It looks like it's a Chien-Pao Quaquaval deck, which is kind of interesting. So that was on another YouTuber's channel, I'm pretty sure, and this guy's running it. Alright, so what I see here, I need to play Area 0 Underdepths. Grass Energy on Fan Rotom. Then we go for the Fan Call. Go ahead and get a Noctowl. You know, we'll go Fan Rotom, Hoot Hoot, and Noctowl. It's always good to have a bit of backup, but we can't attack, so we must end our turn. So we know we have a bench, so we know we have a prized Hoot Hoot. So that's 1 in 6 chance that we get that. So I highly doubt that we do get it. They go Shivery Chill to get some water energy going. So that uses up the ability of the Chien-Pao. They equip an energy for turn 2 said Chien-Pao. But then Great Ball. Looking at the top 7 cards for Pokemon. They get Greninja. So this is a Chien-Pao Greninja EX deck. So I'm sort of in danger here, now that I know that they do have the Greninja. But, never fear, for 06 Machinations are here. Say bye-bye to a good portion of your cards, bud. Yeah, like you think I'm gonna let you play like that. Thinking you could get a sneaky KO. Alright. Let's see what cards they're gonna discard here. So far they've only used the Great Ball. But what cards are they going to discard? That is the question. Ooh, what did they just discard? Discard a Frogadier, a Greninja, and some water energy. So we play that pretty good there. Still don't have what we're after. So we're just going to equip a Prism Energy to our benched Fan Rotom. Then we're going to go straight for an Assault Landing for 70 damage. To end it off. Alright, so we do have a Canary in hand. So next turn when it comes to Supporter, I'm going to use it and get rid of my Battle Cage. Go Quaxwell, they go for a Shivery Chill. They have the damage output ready to knock out my Rotom. They go Hail Blade. They go for the 120 damage, knocking me out by discarding both energy. And they take prize number 1 of the game. I bring in Fan Rotom here. Still have no idea what I'm truly running here, which is good. Then we're gonna go Canary. We're gonna get rid of a Noctowl here. And we're gonna grab 3 Joltix and a Galvantula. Basically, we're bringing in the whole Joltik cavalry here. I'm gonna go ahead and equip a Fighting Energy to one of our mini Joltics here, in order to help charge up our Galvantulas that are going to be in the back. But then we are going to go straight for another Assault Landing for even more damage on their active Chien-Pao. And next turn, once we get in Galvantulas, we can go Noctowl to get some more supporters going, which is really good. Alright, they do go for the Shivery Chill, getting 2 water. But here's the thing, if they have the Quaquaval, we might be in some deep water here, quite literally. And they equip water energy to their Quaxwell. So they know their Chien-Pao is going to go down in the next 2 turns. Unfortunately, I don't think they were expecting the Tera Pokemon ambush. Alright, we now play Noctowl. And now that we have a Tera Pokemon in play, we can use Jewel Seeker. I'm going to use it to go ahead grab a Crispin, and grab Deluxe Bomb. Now we're going to equip Deluxe Bomb to our active Fan Rotom. Then we're going to go Crispin here. We're going to go ahead and grab a Fighting, grab an Electric. We're going to go ahead, put the Electric in our hand. Equip Fighting to one of the Galvantulas. You know what? Then we're going to equip Electric Energy up here. Retreat with the Electric Energy. Bring in Joltik for the offense here. And now we go for the Jolting Charge, charging up both of our Galvantulas that we have in play. So, Electric, Electric, Grass, and Grass. That will end my turn after I shuffle my deck. So our opponent's move. And also, if they're running straight Chi and Pows, they have a heavy weakness to my Galvantulas. Charge Web does straight 220 damage to EXs. And Chi and Pow EX has 220 HP exactly. Thus, I'm in a really good spot here, folks. We now go for a Rescue Board on our Galvantula. We retreat Joltik into our Galvantula. Then we attack with all our might with one Charged Web attack for 220 damage. That is more than enough to knock out the Chi and Pow. And we get 2 prizes. We get Energy Recycler and a Electric type Energy. Which Energy Recycler will prove to be useful here shortly. For I have a plan. Alright, they do get in the Frogadier. They have a fully charged Quaxwell in play. Go Youngster. Alright, I'm pretty sure Youngster is going out in rotation. They play Quaquaval EX. Okay. So that's more than enough energy to attack with Spiral Shot. But I'll live on 30. I remember the effective Rescue Board. If you have 30 HP or less, you have free retreat no matter what, as long as it's equipped. They just go for the Exciting Dance because they want to swap us all out. Unfortunately for them, what they did was a poor decision. Because that brings in their Frogadier against my other Galvantula. Now we go for the Power Glass here since we do have Fighting Energy and discard. But since their Greninja can place damage onto my bench Pokemon, we are going to go Battle Cage instead of what we have in play. But now we can go straight in for the Charged Web for a clean knockout onto their Frogadier. Knocking it out, getting us another prize. And we do get to equip an energy thanks to Power Glass. And so Galvantula EX is now fully charged up, ready for Fulgurite if need be. Which I know a Charged Web kills this thing. I can eat a Spiral Shot easily. This Quaquaval is done for. But not before they nest up getting a Glass Dryer. Pardon me. But I think that's going to be interesting. But they go for a Youngster. So you're just running a basic deck for the most part. They get a Lapras, which is interesting. So I think Rowell here just... Alright, they go for another Spiral Shot, which is fine. If I get like a Boss's Orders here, that Quaquaval's done for. Now I have to get really lucky here. So I'm pretty sure... No, I haven't used one, so there's still 2 bosses in my deck, or prized. Now here, I think I go for the Energy Recycler. I shuffle back in the energy that I lost via Retreat. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to retreat into my Rotom and go for the Assault Landing. That does some pretty heavy damage to the Glass Strider, getting it just below half HP. And they get in a second Quaxley. They choose to go Ice Shot. But unfortunately for them, they can't put no damage onto my Galvantula. They are knocked out from doing damage to me from Deluxe Bomb, and I get another prize card for it. My opponent chooses to bring in Quavel thinking I can't retreat. But, unfortunately for them, I can. And we did get the Hoots, so we're just going to place it down for funsies. We're going to go ahead, retreat into one of our mini Galvantulas. Send them a thumbs up for the GG. And go for full Gripe for knockout. That just 260 damage, 40 more than we need, knocking out the Quavel. And getting us the W. And thanks for the match. As always. Alright, if you stuck around this far, here's a little bonus for you. We are going to be opening some packs in this. It's been forever since I did a pack opening. So, what do you say we get into it here and actually do a pack opening here? Which set, though, should I do today? Should I do one that I can try and get a master set on? I think we gotta go for Prismatic Evolutions, because there's a card I'm missing from this set. Actually, 2 cards I'm missing. So, we are gonna go into this. We are gonna go straight in for the 6 packs here. We'll start off with a Hobbenberry, Noibat, Larvitar, Applin, Kieran, Slowking, Slowking again, Reverse Bug Catching Set, Pokeball Lacey, into a Holo Pheasantipity. Alright, pack number 5. We have Black Belt's Training, Rotostick again, Defensive Paldea, Janine's Secret Art, Shaman, Buddy Poffin, Reverse Black Belt's Training, a Reverse Whimsicott, into a Sylveon EX. Pack number 4 gives us a Rotostick, Hoot, Houndour, Execute, Ogre's Mask, Heatran, Briar, Reverse Baneri, Reverse Slowking, which is new, into a Dragapult EX. Ooh, this could be a God Pack. We start off with a SIR Mela. I didn't get a God Pack. But we do have Fanrotom, Duraludon, Cottony, Carmine, Pyroar, Shaman, Reverse Duraludon, Pokeball Festival Grounds, which is new, into the Dunsparce. Pack number 2 here. We got Duraludon, Rotostick, Applin, Spritzy, Heatran, Crispin, Seeking, Reverse Binding Mochi, Pokeball Technoradar, that's a cool card right there, into a Flareon Holo. So far we haven't gotten a major pull aside from that Pult. So let's see, can we get some last pack magic? Let's see it. We got Professor's Research, Sneasel, Aromatisse, Professor's Research, Professor Elm, Explorer's Guidance Ancient, Slowking, Rhythm Vessel Ancient, Seeking Reverse, Duraludon into a Holo Espeon. So basically we just got hit with the Espionage there. But at least we did get a cool pull in the Mela SIR. I actually own one of these Melas, so I'm not sure exactly how much it's worth, but I have it in mint condition, people. So if you ever want to see this card or find me in person, like I said, go to Toys for Life in Lebanon, Missouri, in the USA, and I'll meet you there. Now this is Bodaragowski 5, signing off. and peace!